Hello, everybody. This is album night 5. I know I haven't done one in a long time, um, but I thought I had kind of thought about it, um, and when I was doing those first 4 album nights, I was just doing albums that I just kind of like. I don't know what I was doing, to be honest. Anyways, I've learned from those first 4 album nights that I'm not doing it right. I need to actually talk about albums that I have a personal connection to and that I really love and regard as some of my favorite pieces of music that have came together in the history of all music ever made, produced, and played. So, yeah, not to say Rubber Soul isn't something I connect with a whole ton. There's just a lot more that I would rather talk about. So, this 5th album night, it's going to be sort of a resurrection and sort of a revamp and a more enlightened album night. So, at first I was going to film this in my car because I don't know how loud the cicadas are out. They're out. They were supposed to leave like probably 2 months ago, but they're still here. So yeah, the album I'm going to talk about is the Velvet Underground's debut from 1966, I'm pretty sure. But this copy is from, 1967. This copy I got from Matt Anthony's record shop down in Louisville. I have passed up on this album like every single time I've gone to any place that sells records. So when I got to Matt Anthony's, I saw it and it was below $30, which is pretty rare for the Velvet Underground debut for some reason. They love charging about 30 or over for this album, but I saw it and I'm like, okay, what the hell? I'm gonna get it sooner or later. And I literally just come off of a Velvet Underground kick, and I was like, okay, I'll just go and get it, just sort of to symbolize my just recent Velvet Underground binge, I guess, because this album is brilliant. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. I think every song is so important on this. There is no filler. I think everything is played and selected and just I think it's perfect. I really do think it's perfect. It's so hard with an album like this because I don't even know where to start. So I guess to start with the album cover, first thing you notice, it's fucking Andy Warhol. Who gives a shit? That he wasn't in the band, so we're not going to talk about him. And then there's this back cover of the entire band. So at this point in the Velvet Underground, this is their first album. It was Lou Reed on guitar, Sterling Morrison on guitar. Then there was John Cale on viola and bass, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, viola and bass. And then Maureen Tucker, she was on percussion. And then someone who technically was in the band but also kind of wasn't was Nico, and she does vocals just as Lou Reed does. Lou Reed and Nico are the only two that does vocals on this entire thing. But I'm sure in songs you can kind of hear, I'm sure Sterling Morrison does some backup vocals and maybe John Cale too. But I know for a fact Sterling Morrison only does percussion. That's literally it. But anyways, this is a gatefold copy. There's a lot of really sick photos. This is Tucker, Sterling Morrison, I don't know who that is, Nico, John Cale beside her, and this really badass photo of Lou Reed. Before they played this in studio and planned to release it as an album, they were actually part of Andy Warhol's little experimental visual film thing. I forgot, it had a name, but and that was going on in New York, and they were kind of like a backing band for it. Like they would play music and there would be these really harsh visuals behind them, but I guess what nobody realized, that they were playing some damn good shit. So the album, the songs on here, all the songs are awesome. The first song, Sunday Morning, was going to be, this table's so loose. Sunday Morning was going to be sang by Nico, but it's kind of the same reason that Big Mouth Strikes Again was sung by Morrissey, or at least the chorus part was sung by Morrissey, not a female's voice. They didn't like Nico's vocals on it, I guess. So Lou Reed kind of made his voice sound more feminine and sang on it, apparently just because it sounds better. Same with Morrissey off Big Mouth Strikes Again. Fun fact. But with Morrissey, it was actually just a blatant like pitch shift. But who cares? It's a really good song. Sunday Morning is beautiful. One of my favorite parts of the song is the guitar solo that kind of that happens a bit over halfway. But I love the chorus, and it's such a beautiful song. And John Cale, he plays bass. He's not a traditional bassist. I think since he grew up playing viola, him playing bass, it gave him kind of a different and more kind of unique perspective in how to play bass guitar as an instrument since he grew up on viola. But his bass lines over the entire album are really, really good. But Sunday morning brings the dawning. It's just restless feeling by my side. And I would think Lou Reed would sing, "Watch out, the world's behind you." But he says, "Watch out the..." Wait, no. He says, "Watch out, the world is behind you." I thought he would say, "Watch out, the world is ours." But anyways, that's just a fun fact. But it's a really beautiful song. And it's under 3 minutes. It's like a traditional pop song. It's sort of their attempt at that. And somehow they kind of make it their own. And you can tell that is a distinct Velvet Underground sound. But anyway, second song, I'm Waiting for the Man, which they don't say that at all in the entire song. They actually say, "I'm waiting for my man." But this is one of my favorite aspects of this album is literally Lou Reed. Everything he does on this is amazing. I'm Waiting for My Man, his lyrics are great. I know he was very inspired by Delmore Schwartz, because he had him as a professor in college. I forgot what university he went to, but yeah, and the lyrics are very Delmore Schwartz-esque. It's just kind of like that. It's like the way they talk about the person and how the person is feeling. They relate it to other things that they are thinking. You can tell the way the narrator is feeling by the way that they describe things. Like the plug that's coming to him, he's all dressed in black with a big straw hat. Like that's so, like, of course, like the way he notices those things, you can tell what his thought process is, if that makes sense. But it's very subtle. It's really great writing, and I love the swagger Lou Reed has. His voice, "I'm waiting for my man," is so cool. He's just so cool. $26 in my hand. On to Lexington, 125. Feeling dirty, feel more dead than alive. That's a great line too. Feel more dead than alive. Like, how you can't. The whole point of being dead is to not feel. How are you feeling dead? It's so good. And then the run on. That's Sterling Morrison. It's so good. And I guess I should, since I'm already 2 songs in, the production on this, it's very rough. But because I could not want it any other way, and I don't think it sound good any other way with this really rough, really jagged production. It sounds live. Like, it doesn't sound like it was mastered in the studio at all. But yeah, I think it works in their favor immensely, and I don't think it would be as like badass sounding if it was like recorded and mastered like very cleanly in the studio. But yeah, I'm Waiting for the Man. That's a great example of like their kind of rough very rough sound, very distorted sound. There's plenty of other good examples, but right out the gate, the second song introduces you to that. Femme Fatale, that's the first Nico led song, and it's a very sweet song. In the song, Nico is talking about another woman and how the woman to the man is not what the man thinks the woman is. The woman is kind of a mean woman. She's a clown, basically. Everybody knows she's a femme fatale. Something that it means, femme fatale. Just a little tease. You can see it in the way she walks. But yeah, Femme Fatale, great little pop song. They can do pop songs. That's what they're basically telling you with that song. Venus and Furs is a masterpiece in the song. We have John Cale on viola, and he's doing that. That literally goes on through the entire song. It's like this. It's this drone. 1967, mind you. It's this drone. This droning sound that he does with the fucking viola, and Lou Reed, he's saying shiny, shiny, shiny boots of leather. See, and just to remind you, this is John Cale. That's John Cale. But this song was inspired by a book by the same name. It's like some book about masochism, and that's what the song is about. The narrator is like, do not forsake him. I'm trying to think. One of my favorite lines in the song is, shiny, shiny, shiny boots of leather, in the dark, do not forsake him. I am weird. I could sleep for 1,000 years. 1,000 dreams that will awake me. Different colors made of tears. Different colors made of tears. That's a great. That's a great couplet. But that Venus and Furs is really great. And cure his heart. And bleed for me. Another masochist line. But yeah, that's a really, really great song. Over 5 minutes too. That's like if someone had just gotten this album to like listen to, and they get to Venus and Furs, or they probably turned it off by then in 1967, because it's a really fucking weird song, but it's like brilliantly executed. It's really great. Run 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 is Run 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 Run. This is probably one of the like worst produced songs on the entire album. It sounds like shit, but it's really, really good. And Lou Reed pulls through. He still has that like swagger in his vocals, and he does it so well. And the guitar, the don't. Oh, and his refrain is the way he says it. Didn't marry, go down, had a golden nose, the sun tied, run, 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 grab the drag or two. You. It's a really great song. And then All Tomorrow's Parties, that's the final song on side one. Nico sings lead on that song, and the piano, I think John Cale plays the piano on that. But that's another really fucking weird song. I still don't really know what Nico is singing about. I mean, she's singing about All Tomorrow's Parties, but I don't know what that is. And her vocals are so, like, deep and, like, like, that's the way I don't know, I guess her voice is just not naturally deep, but the way she sings, her voice is naturally deep like that, so of course it's going to come through on her singing. But yeah, she has a very unique voice. And then side 2 starts with Heroin, which is like over 7 minutes. That's another really fucking good song. Like Lou Reed, he does vocals, and the structure of the song and how it's supposed to be an experience of someone going through a heroin high, and you can just feel it in his singing and the writing. And I just don't know where I'm going. And he just repeats, and I guess that I just don't know. Like, that is just, it's so simple, but it's just so good. I think a fun fact, Maureen Tucker, Jesus Christ, Maureen Tucker, she does percussion, obviously. When they were doing this in the studio, she couldn't hear shit, so she had to, like, look at them playing and just kind of play, like, on beat, if she could tell just by not hearing. That's why the drums on this are so scattered. You would think it'd be on purpose, because that's a Velvet Underground thing to do, is to do it on purpose, but it was completely by accident. But it's like, the drums feel like a pulse, like a heartbeat, obviously. That's why it gets faster as the song gets faster, just like a heroin rush, like a freaking, I don't know, can't think, or you're thinking too fast. Yeah, that's a really great song. And this, oh my god, and like, they play, like, especially the intro, the guitar in the intro, the dun 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 dun, like that. They perfectly depict, like, just sort of this, like, exhausting, like, kind of beauty afterwards. They start with it and then they end with it, and it's done so well. It feels just like Jesus' son. So good. There She Goes Again is another kind of poppier cut Lou Reed sings, and I think I read somewhere they got the main guitar riff, that dun 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 dun. There she goes again. I think they got that from a Marvin Gaye song. I think I read that somewhere, but yeah, that was my favorite song for a long time. There She Goes Again. You better hit her. Dun dun dun, or dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And then when it gets faster at the end, she's down on her knees again. She's back on the streets, my friend. You better hit her. She gonna fly, fly away, fly, 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 fly. You see her walking on down the street. That's a great. It gets fast at the end. It's really good. I'll Be Your Mirror is another Nico-led song. That's the third Nico-led song. It's another beautiful song, poppier. Whenever you come, then I'll be the wind, the rain, and the sunlight that shines on your door when you get me home. It's beautifully sang. Of course, her vocals are perfect for it. I'll Be Your Mirror, like, that's such a beautiful thing to say too. Like, I'll be here whenever you need to reflect for anything. I'll be here. I'll be your mirror. The light on your doorway, or something. I think she says that. The Black Angel's Death song. That's a weird one that I still don't really get. But Lou Reed's vocals are really funny. Waddy-da-loo. I'm trying to think, like, I really can't even think of how the song goes. Every time I do these videos, like, I completely forget how songs go. Especially in the Black Angel's Death song. It has that other, I think, John Cale plays viola on that song too, and he does the same Joni shit. And I love the viola on it too. It's done so well, and it's just so cool that they were doing this in '67. But, yeah, the Black Angel's Death song, and then they end on European Sun. That's the last song on the entire album, and it was my favorite song for a really long time, mainly because I love the guitar. I love the guitar work on that song, because they start overlapping on top of each other, like, not even halfway through, and at some point feedback starts, and then it just becomes just noise. But the guitar tones throughout the entire album, it's so cool. It sounds so good. It's so tasteful, and it's just so sick. You had European Sun. You spit on those under 21. And also in the song, like, I think it is halfway through. There's this awful shattering noise of, like, a window, I'm guessing, and it's so high in the mix. Like, randomly you'll be hearing it and goes, and then and then the guitars start, and it's like the guitars just start like spiraling into each other, and it just sounds awesome. It just sounds good. Like, it sounds like amazing. That's why I can't, like, you just gotta listen to it. You really do. You just gotta listen to it. I can't tell you how good it sounds enough. Like, I can't use words. I can't use even my unexpanded vocab. I can't even, I can't tell you what it sounds like. You just have to listen to it. If you were to listen to any song on this without listening to the full album, listen to, I guess, Heroin. But if not Heroin, European Sun. And those are like the 2 7-minute songs. But, yeah, it's a fucking amazing album. It still blows my mind. Like, Lou Reed's lyrics, John Kill's viola playing, Nico's singing. Sterling Morrison is such an underrated guitar player, because he just rips through songs, especially like that leading riff in I'm Waiting for the Man, and his guitar work on Run Run Run. It's just so good. And then European Sun, I just can't get over how good the guitars are. I think I can't even choose like my favorite songs on this. I think European Sun, I would say European Sun, Heroin, There She Goes Again, I'm Waiting for the Man, and Venus and Furs. Those would be probably my top 5 off of it. But yeah, such a brilliant album. And this is not even, this is probably my favorite Velvet Underground release, but they have, like, their other self-titled without Nico, and the fucking White Light, White Heat, that's another really great one. But, yeah, that's kind of it. That's it. That's Velvet Underground debut, that's album night 5. Okay. Oh, shoot. Yeah, okay. Good night.